So I'm sure you guys have seen videos going around all over the internet about how embracing your natural hair is easy, taking care of your natural hair is easy, it's beautiful, and you should do that. This is not a new conversation. A lot of this stemmed from a video that someone shared of a woman going to a salon in New Jersey, not too far from where I live, and how she spoke to her client in a way that made her feel like her hair was ugly, it was damaged. You guys, I know you know what I'm talking about. Even if you don't, that's not the subject of this video. I don't want to add my voice to that. What I want to do is I want to add my voice to the information surrounding the idea that natural hair is easy to manage. I disagree. If you're somebody who has had natural hair all of your life and you've never relaxed, you've never had any chemical processing, maybe for you it is easy. But to stand up and say that like, oh, natural hair is easy to take care of, I think that can be a little bit deceptive for those who are just joining in on the journey. You know what I'm saying? Now, this video is going to be completely unscripted. It's simply my thoughts. It's my opinions. You might disagree. If you do, just be respectful, please, because I have no problem with block, delete, and move on. But I'm saying this to say that, like, if you are new to embracing your natural hair, you may need to, well, not that you may need, but you may feel like you have to go through so many challenges and jumping through hoops trying to figure out the right products and the right techniques to take care of your hair. I remember when I went natural like well over 25 years ago, I saw videos on YouTube and was like, oh yeah, and this was before it was actually popular. I saw videos on YouTube and it's like, I'm gonna do that. And then it would be a freaking mess. Like my hair looked a mess. I couldn't get it to do the right twist out. I couldn't get all the simple natural hairstyles. And that can be very demoralizing when you're like trying to do these things and it's not working out. And you're like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with my hair? It's nothing wrong with you. It's nothing wrong with your hair. You just need to figure out the key things that it takes for taking care of your hair. And sometimes it's a learning process that's a little bit longer for some than others. Granted, if you want to grow extremely long hair, it's going to require a little bit more intention in preserving your length, preserving your ends. I have been on a long hair journey for a really, really long time. I've had setbacks due to cuts that were supposed to be trims. I've had setbacks due to me falling into neglecting my own hair because I was going through challenges with my son who has special needs and hair was last. Like it didn't matter to me anymore. But then, you know, once you emerge from the trials, the tribulations, whatever it may be, then you decide, okay, I want to take care of my hair. I want to grow my hair. Or even if you don't want to grow your hair, you just want to have your hair look a certain way, just to maintain it a certain way. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of intention and honestly, a lot of resilience. So in my academy, the Faithful Strand Academy, this month, we are talking about resiliency. And I am sharing how you can be resilient in your hair care, but not just your hair care, but in your walk with God, in life in general. It's very easy to say, oh, you need to be more resilient. How you do it? Well, that's what we go into in the Faithful Strand Academy. And I will leave a link down in the description box below in case that's something that is of interest to you. I say resilience. I'm talking about resilience is not the same thing as motivation. Motivation is something that ebbs and flows. You can be motivated 1 minute, high, you know, I'm going to do this and do that and enjoy all the things. And then you may just feel such low motivation where you just feel like, honestly, you don't care anymore. And if that's the situation, you just have to know that you need to become more resilient, not someone who is easily motivated or demotivated. By that, I seriously mean that in spite of what you're going through, in spite of the challenges that you face, in spite of tiredness, laziness, whatever it may be, the way you build resilience into your hair care routine, your hair care regimen is you need to have hair care routines that you have literally made habits to the point that you don't even think about it anymore, you know, but that's a process. When you become natural or when you return to being natural, if you've been relaxed for years and years, then it's going to take some learning. It's going to take some figuring things out. And once you do, then you have to literally be like a dog with a bone. And obviously some people may feel like, oh, it's just hair, it's not that serious. You know what? For you, maybe it isn't. But for a lot of women, their hair is very much they're very much connected to their hair, and it makes it feel like it's part of their self-worth. I'm not saying that your hair determines your self-worth, but a lot of women feel this way, and it's just a fact of reality. And until people's mindsets change and realize that your hair does not determine your identity, you're going to feel some kind of way. Self-doubt creeps in when, especially I know when I was growing up around women who were, Latino, they seem to just grow hair like weeds. And I would feel like, what is wrong with my hair that is not growing like theirs? Well, their hair is different. It's a different texture. And trust me, they have their own challenges. We all have challenges with the things that are on our bodies, be it our hair, weight, whatever it may be. And so that's why it's really important not to put your focus on somebody else, but to put the focus on yourself and figure out, okay, what is it that I need to do for me? You will see so many videos about I've seen like, don't straighten your hair, don't stretch your hair, don't leave your hair in a kinky state, don't not stretch your hair, don't manipulate your hair, like don't wear your hair out. There's so many don'ts that the fact of the matter is that yes, we have to use some wisdom especially if you have fine hair and your hair is fragile. There's certain things that you can't do that someone with thicker, more coarse strands can do. But that's just because you want to preserve the hair that you have, especially if you have a length retention goal. But if, there are people, honestly, I hate to say it. When I first went on this natural hair journey, I was like a natural hair Nazi, not toward other people, but toward myself. Was like, okay, I got to wear my hair in protective styles all the time. I got to do this, I got to do that. And I figured out over these more than 25 years, it really doesn't take all of that, at least not from my hair. For you, it may be something different. Maybe you might have to do that. I discovered that this is not a one-size-fits-all mold. More important than anything is knowing who you are in Christ, knowing who you are as God's creation, and taking what He has given you, hair, body, whatever it may be, finances flowing through your hands, family, your house, whatever it may be, whatever God has entrusted to you, learning how to take care of what you've been given in the best way possible. We're going to make mistakes. We're human. But I truly believe in seeking God for wisdom. I truly believe in asking God to help you maybe connect with other people who can be a mentor or something like that, whatever it may be. And this is obviously not just associated with hair, because hair is just one aspect. But because this is a hair channel, that's what we're talking about. All I'm going to say is this. Don't give up on your natural hair, but also don't feel like everybody's saying that, oh, natural hair is easy is like the gospel gold truth, because it's not. It's not easy for you if you just started taking care of it. And it may not even be easy for you over time, because maybe you have some deep-seated thoughts in what you should and should not do to your hair. I remember being that person who said that fine hair, you should not straighten your hair. You should stay away from heat. And maybe to a degree that still remains true. Like, I wouldn't say stay away from heat like now I have learned a lot. I've become more flexible. I don't think you need to stay away from heat all the time as far as heat styling, just because your hair is fine. I have started straightening my hair once every 2 weeks. In the wintertime, like not so much in the summer, because then it would be pointless. And you know what? I don't get breakage. And why? Because I'm making sure that I deep condition. I'm making sure that I still protect my ends when I need to protect them throughout the week, not just straighten it in, just letting it be. I also still continue to give my ends care, give my scalp care. And I don't touch up my edges or touch up my hair with heat just because it gets a little bit frizzy. Like, it's kind of frizzy now. I straightened it a week ago. I put 2 braids in. I took the braids out to go somewhere. It's not perfect, but it's still thriving. And why? Because one, I threw away all the rules that everybody else said that I should and should not do and figured out what worked for my hair. And I encourage you to do the same. I'm going to leave you here, right here with this, because this was just meant to be a motivational video. I'm not trying to preach to you or anything like that, although that's what I believe God has called me to do in some areas. I just want to say that embrace your natural hair, not because other people say you should, but it's your body. It's part of who you are. It's on your head. It's part of you. Learn how to care for it, but don't allow anybody to put you in a box and say you must do this and you must not do that. Develop your resiliency as far as taking care of your own hair. Develop a resiliency where you are not so easily swayed into trying different products and different techniques because somebody else said you should. And that's all I have today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful, motivational, inspirational, whatever it may be. But share it with somebody who might need it. Thanks for watching. God bless you.